Hi there, in this short tutorial, I'll explain the concepts of VLANs and VTP and then show you how to configure them in a simulated network using Cisco's Packet Tracer. Let's get started. First, let's talk about VLANs and VTP. VLAN or Virtual Local Area Network allows you to segment a network into different logical parts. While VTP or VLAN Chunking Protocol is used to manage VLANs across multiple switches, ensuring consistent. In this scenario, we'll be setting up a network with 4 switches, where switch 0 will be our VTP server, and then switch 1 and switch 2 and switch 3 will be VTP clients. We'll configure them using VTP version 2 with a domain name PNC and a password 1234. Here, you can see in the screen, here's the design of the network we'll be using. We have 4 switches and PCs connected to each switch, all configured with VLANs. Here, I've already set up the basic topology with 4 switches and some PCs connected. First, click on the switch 0, open the CLI tab and enter the following commands, and set the host name. We'll be setting up our host name as switch 0 _ my surname, and then VTP version 2, domain name and password domain name as PNC and password as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll be assigning the VTP mode as the server. Repeat this for switch 1, switch 2, and switch 3, appending your surname to each hosting. Now, after configuring all the switches as their VTP roles, we'll be heading to our VLAN creation on VTP server. Now that the switches are part of the same VTP domain, we only need to create the VLANs on the VTP server, and they'll automatically propagate to the clients. Go back to switch 0 and create a few VLANs. First, you'll be naming the VLAN 10 as the admission, and then VLAN 20 as the registrar, VLAN 30 as the accounting, VLAN 40 as the computer lab. This creates 4 VLANs. Now that we've successfully configured VLANs and VTP, the next step is to configure chunking between the switches. Chunking is crucial because it allows multiple VLANs to pass through a single physical link between switches, ensuring that devices in the same VLAN can communicate even if they are connected to different switches. We'll set up chunking on the VTP server, switch 0, and then verify that the chunk allows VLAN traffic to flow between the switches. You can input this command to set up chunking links on the VTP server. Now that we've successfully configured VTP and chunking, the next step is to assign the access port on the VTP client switches to specific VLANs. This is crucial because it allows the end devices, like PCs connected to the switches, to be part of the correct VLANs. You can enter the following commands to assign these ports to VLAN 10. First, you need to figure out what is your fast Ethernet on your VLAN 10, and you need to access it, and then assign it as VLAN 10. Repeat for the fast Ethernet for the other fast Ethernet ports or other access ports. For our last step, let's test if devices connected to different switches. Try pinging one PC and VLAN 10 on switch 0 to another PC and VLAN 10. Enter ping and then its IP address. If the ping is successful, it means for the chunking is working and traffic for VLAN 10 is passing through the switches. And there you have it. We've successfully configured chunking on the VTP server and VTP client switches. Thank you for following along. Be sure to practice this setup and experiment with different VLANs and chunk configurations in your network simulations.